What do we have here? Woo! How you doing? What is up, guys? Or should I say, how you doing? Little Lee and Rose has this thing every month called a battle box. They have a challenge that they send out. You get to do whatever you want, but you have to use the items in the box, which is a cool thing that they do every single month. You should get in on that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to their Facebook page and check it out. Little Lee and Rose. This month is the Friends edition. So what they have here is they have the Chandler, Pretty Lavender, Chandlery glitter. They have the Joey. How you doing? And then they have the Ross. So the object is to use the things in the box to create a fantastic tumbler. But there's a problem. I have never made a snow globe storyboard tumbler before in my life. I have no idea. Oh, by the way, this is where are you? Grab it. There it is. This is a water slide that you have to use on it. Wow, that's kind of big. Well, that's a lot bigger than I expected. Okay, anyway, we'll make it work. Basically, it comes apart like so, and you have to do something with it, fill it with water and glitter, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, I'm a little nervous. I'm sure it'll be beautiful, right? Oh, geez. Again, come on. So I have no idea what I'm going to do, but we're going to prep it. I'm just going to sand it down with we're going to probably do some 220 on here. I'm going to tape this up because I don't think I want this painted. And this little doohickey right here, you don't want to cake paint up around it because it's threaded. And you don't want to bind the threads up when you're putting it back together. Basically, you're going to go from here to here. And then, just do whatever you want on there. So let's paint it. All right, I got it all taped up. Got the chromey piece taped up here. The little screwy thingy piece taped down here. And I did a little backmasking to keep, can't stand for spray paint to get inside here. So unnecessary. If you just do a little easy backmasking on the rim there, save you a lot of time. But I think I have a plan now. I'm going to use this picture right here as inspiration. It's Joey with his head stuck in the door on the Thanksgiving episode. And it's so funny. And Joey's an idiot. I kind of identify with that. No comments on that. With that, you notice the crack of the door. The background is this kind of yellowy color. And I'm going to do that first. And stay still. And the front side, that over there, this is gonna be this color. Holy cow, am I blindfolded on this one too? Also, I'm gonna break the rules a little bit because this is the indoor-outdoor paint and I'm gonna spray paint this and it's waterproof and I am not even gonna epoxy this layer. What? That's right, you heard me. And if it doesn't work well, then you'll know it because I'm gonna do it because that's the only way to figure these things out. Listen, this stuff, you spray paint it and it stays outdoor, it gets rained on, the weather does it. I feel like it'll be fine. And that's what I'm gonna do. And that makes me happy. So I'm gonna do it. And it'll be an experiment. We'll all learn what not to do from it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we got that yellow. We're going to let that dry and then we'll move on to the next step. Oh, that over there? You should go watch that video while we're waiting on this to dry. My last tangram. Whatever. Tangram. Alrighty, so we're good and dry. Here we go. Take this off there because our next step is I'm going to seal the plasticky thingy on the rimmy thingy right here. Like so. Then we're going to let that dry, fill her up, and then seal the top. We'll move on to the exterior because that's where all my magic is happening. At least that's my plan. You know how plans go. Now we're cooking. I'm just going to load this bad boy up because once I get the lid on and I do whatever I'm going to do on the top, you won't see it. So why not load it up, baby? I'll shove it on there really good, really tight. We wait and we let this dry and then we come back and fill it up with some glitter and glycerin. I bought some just for that. Glycerin. Okay, let's go. What happened here? Well, apparently you gotta read all the instructions. And this liar, such a liar, says 30-minute water ready. That is not true. And then you look on the back, it says do not touch water for 8 hours. Well, which one is it, man? Is it 30-minute water ready or is it 8 hours? So I tried to test it with the water and see how much I needed for my cups and my glycerin. Yeah, it just come apart. Upon looking, I found this stuff sitting on my shelf and look at that. It looks super easy to use, like a little her instructions. We're gonna let it sit. Look, this mug says 30 minutes too. Y'all are liars. Why are all y'all trying to lie to me? 30-minute water ready. That's a bunch of junk. Clickbait. Per the real instructions on the back, I'm gonna let it sit for 24 hours and then we'll be back in 3 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, we have been sitting here for 24 hours. I haven't moved. I hadn't even got up, went to the bathroom or nothing. We've let this sit, and I realize I put way too much because it's squished up on the inside, but I'm okay with that. I don't even care because I'm going to cover that up on the outside anyway, and it'll be beautiful. And when I put the cover on and squished it down, really sealed it really good, I noticed that it would go, and then when I let go, it'd raise up just a little bit. So I weighted it down with a block and some Alumilite. What? Amazing Quick Coat. What are those? I'm glad you asked. This is the new Alumilite Amazing Quick Coat, and it is truly amazing. Where I take and do another coat of epoxy in 4 hours, with this, you can do it in 2. It cuts your working time in half. This one's 4 to 5, and you're done. It's like, what? So, brand new stuff just dropped. Be sure to go check it out. Link in the description and Duncan 10 discount code. It's multi-purposed. It can weight down stuff, and then you can also use it on the cups if you don't have anything else that you want to weigh down. Now we're ready to hopefully glycerin and glitter some in there and whatever. I've seen people do this lots of different ways. So what I'm going to do is do 50% glycerin and 50% agua, H2O, whatever you want to call it. Then we're just going to stir it till it gets clear. And then I'm going to add some Ross. For this background, I want it to be kind of like turkey juicy looking, which sounds nasty, but that's the look I'm going for. Turkey juice. Mix it up, see if I like it. Coat it all, get it all beautiful and coated. I want you to look at that. Look at that, that's beautiful. Holy cow. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a few chunkies in there, give it some variety. Hey, listen, this thing has been one of the most handy things for the chunkies, and they're so iridescent looking, except for the purple. It's pretty flat. But besides that, all these are great, and I've used them tons of times, and I still have that. Look how full it is. I'll put a link in the description for this because you got to have this. If you don't have this, you'll want it. And when you get it, you'll be like, oh gosh, how did I ever live without it? So, you're welcome. Okay, so now my goal is to pour this in carefully so that I don't get the threads of those things wet. Too wet. I mean, a little bit won't hurt probably, right? Who knows? So this is my first time filling up a storyboard tumbler. Hey, I might have measured just right. Looky there. Isn't that lovely? And I want to get all of this out because who wants to waste this beautiful stuff? So now I'm just going to put a bead of caulk around the bottom and then around the inside where the threads will go. And I have no idea how much to do because I've never done this before. So don't judge me. Now I'm just going to attempt to put the lid on without making a huge mess. So squishy. Oh, you got to push down good on this mug. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that's going on nicely. Don't He-Man it too much because I have a issue with that. And this is plastic, so don't want to break it. Now, again, we let it sit for 24 hours. Resist the urge to move it very much. You don't want to touch the water to the caulk for 24 hours. Well, it says 8 because this 30-minute stuff is a lie. We're just going to wait 24 hours again. Stop it again. Okay, we've been a couple days. It's been more than 24 hours, but I'm okay with that. And I tested it. It seems to seal pretty good. The glitters are floating around okay. It's not doing the whole whooshy thing like I see everybody else is doing. Maybe I used too much water. I don't know. Also, I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but this is really tight and it's like touching it. I can't imagine if I were to put glitter and epoxy and then try to put this cover on. I'm not sure. I don't know how people do it. But like I said, it's my first one. And just gonna see a small portion of this behind the design that I got picked out to go on it. So let's get started with that. Yeah, I think I screwed something up. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to sand this. The epoxy will fill it up. It'll look foggy at first. I'm going to epoxy this whole mamma jamma because definitely want to cover that monstrosity up. This is a Scotch-Brite pad and it's just enough. Give you some tooth for your paint to stick to. See how it dulls it up just a little bit. Get the plastic. I'm going to do the rim. We might as well go all out. We're experimenting here. This is my first one. Like, hey, don't roast me too bad. And if you know what I did wrong, if you've done one of these types of tumblers before, I do not mind you telling me in in the comments. Try to help you out. Hey, we're all here to learn here, right? And it'll end up looking cool. I have confidence. And if it doesn't, then I'll lie to you guys and say that it is. I don't lie to you guys. Okay, never mind. Okay, now we've got it all sanded. I took a little bit of more aggressive sandpaper on the stainless steel. So now comes the part where you're mapping out your design and what parts you want to be able to see this through if you want to see it. I don't know. So for mine, I'm going to have a open strip where Joey's head's going to be poking out. We've got this, and I'm going to try to make that hole where you can see through it. And also I have on the back, I want to put this turkey baster. Well, that's the parts you'll see. Here's what the actual turkey baster looks like. There's the picture of Joey's head I drew. Pretty funny. So I'm just going to put that on, map it out, and then we'll be back and we're going to spray it purple. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I've got my tumbler ready. There's my door opening strip, and I put a little spot because his ear and kind of his jaw kind of hangs over the door a little bit because he's getting squished in there. I got my peephole, and then I got my turkey baster syringe and some juicy marks. All this stuff that's taped up is what you will see the background, the shaky, glittery, globy things. The next step to do is to hit it with some purple. So let's do that. Of course, always wear your respirator. And look at that down there. Bailey spilled some of my Lily and Rose glitter, and it's actually what I used in the last video. If you want to see that, check it out right here. It's the blindfolded video. It's kind of funny. All right, respirator back on. Keep spraying. Safety first. Whoops. All right, my purple is dry here. I'm not going to take this off. I'm going to do some shadowing and airbrushing. I want to make a line right here from the inside part of the door, and I'm going to put some drop shadows around these doohickeys just so I can use my airbrush, because I got to use my airbrush. All right, my airbrushing's done. For my next part, I'm going to use some tacket, and to complement this purple, Chandler would go lovely with it. So we're going to throw some tacket, a little brush, and then we're going to Chandler it, even though it's a Joey cup. Hey, what are you going to do? Hey, he's part of the crew too. He has to play along, so let's do that. Water. So now I actually did a layer, waited 15 minutes, did another layer of tacket. It's been 15 more minutes, and now I'm going to add the Chandler. Just rolling around and dumping. Oh, there's a lot of white in here. Yeah, you might not even be able to see my airbrushing I did. Looks like oatmeal. I wonder if Chandler likes oatmeal. The purple holographic is really pretty. All right, I've decided that I'm going to the tacket holographic method. Just rub it all around super lightly with your finger. And that's going to knock a lot of this white off, because I'm not really wild about whatever that white is. It's okay, but you know, I like that better. It's got more of the vibe that I was looking for. This is like, what's that ice cream with the Dippin' Dots? This is about like Dippin' Dots, and which would be cool, but I feel like this will be better. So I just want to show you guys that. No big deal. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is ridiculously pretty. Now you're gonna see the epoxy. All right, here we are. We've got, wow, look at that holographic working. It is nice. The airbrushing did not show up after focus. It's having a hard time focusing on all this bling here. Airbrushing did not show up. The glitter covered that up. But wow, that's a beautiful color. Look at that. I have my turkey baster with all my turkey juice in there. So that's kind of what I was going for there. This guy here is the opening with the back of the wall. It's yellow, so it kind of looks turkey juicy anyway. And then there's my little peephole. It's going to work out. Man, focus, bro. Focus. Our next step is to sand this down. I did the whole thing. Why not, huh? Our next step is to sand this down a little bit, you know, get the shiny off just for adhesion purposes. And then we're going to put our little details, our graphics. We got a turkey baster here with little turkey juice splashes, and then we got Joey's head stuck in here. First storyboard I've ever done. I think it's going pretty well. I mean, it's got juice in it, it's jiggling. Let's get sanded, and then we'll put our little pictures on here and we'll go. Peekaboo. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the water slide. Wow, this thing is super transparent. You may not even see this on here. What? Well, you know, it'll be on here, and that's part of the rules. So let's try to line up my eyeball hole, or what do you call that? Peephole. Yeah, that's what I thought. Peephole. Okay, this is a disaster because you can't even see it. So slide it off, and you can't hardly even see that. So I'm just going to straighten this up with some water, and we'll go from there. All right, so I got that on there. It did do a little crackle-dackle a little bit, so I'll probably just take my airbrush and just do some orangey color over that. I just touch it up with my airbrush, and I'll show you that real quick. Super simple. If you'll notice, you just match up the color. This is Valencia. I know it's crazy because it looked gold on the paper, which it was, but when you layer a transparent over another one, it alters the color, you know, of course. So look at that. It's like it never happened. That's why you need an airbrush. So there you have it. It's super easy. And you could even get picky and go back in with a brown and do these lines if you wanted to. You do what you want. It's free, man. I just want to show you your options though. Don't freak out if it doesn't go exactly the way you think it should. There's usually a way to fix it, and it usually comes out better anyway. So let's keep on rolling. Next is these guys. The little turkey baster and my splatters, and all this is a black outline. The inside's hollow, and same here, so that you can see this through it. The next step is to put these on. So there's that. There's the turkey baster. Juice is flowing everywhere, and I'm going to do a little drop shadow airbrushing, a little airbrushing on the top and the bottom to kind of frame that in a little bit. Just a few little minor details that I just feel like might just take this thing and finish it up to the next level. He's so funny. Look at that joker. There. All right, now don't freak out. I know it looks like I did a lot. I painted the light switch, the chain, the little doorknob thingy or whatever that is. I don't know, whatever it is. I just hand painted all that with some acrylic paint. You guys really didn't need to see that. Just for, you know, entertainment, for you to see me struggle doing one of these and to participate in the battle box, which is super cool. If you haven't done that before, I would encourage you to do it because it's a challenge. For one, I never done a snow globe, story globe, board tumbler before. I had to figure some stuff out, and it really helps you to get out of your comfort zone, to expand your knowledge, and to come up with some kind of crazy idea that you would never come up with before. I feel like it's really positive, it's really cool. Plus, you're in a community in the Facebook group, Lily and Rose community people. They're like this, you know, or maybe even like that. I don't know. Not like this. A little closer, a little closer. There you go. If you have any troubles, you have any issues, reach out to a Facebook community like Little Lee and Rose. And if you have not done a battle box, I encourage you, just go ahead and jump in, get a battle box, try it out. They do it every single month. I'm going to go and epoxy this. Well, first, I got to use my Mate Clear and seal it all up real good. And then I will epoxy it and it'll look like this.